Well, hey there, my spell crafters, magic makers, and other ritual writers of YouTube. It's me, your boy Shane, and welcome back to my channel, as the case may be. Today I wanted to do a video about how to really write the most effective magic possible, right? The most beautifully tailored spell to suit your needs, and a trick that I picked up from corporate America, right? I made notes for this video, which I almost never do, and I cannot find them anywhere. Even though I swore I put them in this one notebook that I jot down lots of ideas and scribble scrabbles and lists in. I flipped through that notebook like 4 times, cannot find these notes. Clearly I was not meant to read off of a page for this video. I am obviously meant to just talk off the cuff like I always do. So, as I said, I learned this trick from my corporate job as a food service manager for a very large multinational billion-dollar company, which will remain nameless. And a lot of people find it unpalatable that I can kind of extract so much overlap between my role as a retail manager and my role as a coven leader, or even just my life as a witch. And there are really a lot of ways that one has kind of informed the other, or where they have enough things in common where they kind of touch on each other. And like I said, I know that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. I guess I understand why, right? We don't like to think about, you know, our workaday selves, or if we have jobs working for the man, right? Like any kind of big business or big bucks, whatever. We kind of don't want to associate that with our witchcraft, which is small and personal and meaningful and spiritual, right? And somehow we were told a long time ago that, you know, our spiritual stuff and money can never mix and whatever else. So I get it, but at the same time I don't, because like I said, I've learned a lot in my, I've been in customer service of one stripe or another for 17 years, and I've been in management for 12 of those years. Maybe more. But the point is, you know, you learn a lot about working with different types of personalities, about adapting your teaching style to suit people's learning styles, about compromise, about problem solving, about multitasking, that can really assist you in your witchcraft. So, you know, I would just say don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If you're disillusioned with corporate America, I totally get that. But, you know, there are a couple of key takeaways that I've definitely kind of earned over the years. So, one trick that I use when I am considering doing magic for something, I learned at my job, and it's not called, but the principle is ask why 5 times, okay? So suppose I was running this coffee shop and my monthly sales had dipped, okay? I might say, why? Why are my sales low this month compared to other months? And I might do some digging around in the data and say, oh, okay, because my average ticket or my average check, right, the average amount that a customer spends per transaction has dipped. So I might ask again, a second time, why? And then I dig into the data and look at the information and say, oh, because food attach has gone down. Maybe, you know, last month 60% of our customers also purchased a food item, and now only 45% of our customers are attaching a food item to their coffee beverage. Okay, why? This is the third why. And I decide to go do a go-see activity, maybe walk around and observe my team and how they're working, you know, different day parts, different days of the week, what have you. Just go on a fact-finding mission, right? Collect some data and say, okay, you know what? I don't hear people who are standing at the cash register ringing people up and taking their coffee orders. I'm not hearing them suggest a food item to go along with it. So then I'm going to say, okay, why? For the 4th time. And then I'm going to maybe talk to some of those people. Again, fact-finding mission. Find out why they're not recommending a pastry to go with each customer's coffee beverage. And I find out that, they weren't really trained on a lot of the food products. It was kind of treated as like secondary to learning all the crazy, complicated coffee beverage recipes. So they were just kind of rushed through that part of the training and rushed through some other parts of the training, like salesmanship and strategies and techniques for that sort of thing. And they never even got to taste or sample any of the pastries, so they don't even feel good about recommending them to customers. Okay, fine. Why? This is now the fifth why. A lot of people went on vacation this summer and or quit or were fired or whatever, and we were understaffed for a little while. So when I hired the last 3 or 4 people, I really had to speed them through their training, just give them what they need to know at a high level, like need-to-know basis. Okay, so now that I have done that, right, now that I've kind of dug a little deeper and asked why 5 times, the problem that I need to solve in my store is not my sales are going down. My problem is I need to retrain these people properly. Okay? And then that will get me the result that I want. Same thing is true of magic, right? I've briefly talked about magical principles and magical theory on this channel and a couple of other videos. See, if I was cool, if I was a real YouTuber, if I knew what I was doing, I'd be like in this video right here, and something would appear there, right? I see that a lot. If it's happened, I've learned how to do it in between filming this video and posting it. But don't get your hopes up. Is now a good time to try to convince you to subscribe? But I have spoken about these kinds of magical principles before when I talk about specificity, about asking for exactly what you want or exactly what you need, not what you think you should want or what you think you should need, or, and I've talked about magic taking the path of least resistance, and I've talked about acting in accord, which is to say, if you do a spell for a new job and then sit on your ass and don't send out any resumes and don't brush up your LinkedIn and don't, ask your friends if they know of anyone who's hiring, your magic might work, but it probably won't. Your magic needs help, just like the rest of us, okay? So let's say you want a new job. You say to yourself, self, I want a new job. Again, I'm going to advise you to ask why 5 times. So you might say, why do I need a job? Well, because I want to make more money. Why? Well, because the job I'm at right now isn't paying me enough to make my bills. Why? Well, I haven't gotten a raise in 6 or 7 years. Why not? I haven't asked for a raise. Why? Well, because my boss really intimidates me, and I'm afraid to go in there and ask for a raise, and what if the quality of my work isn't where it needs to be, and what if he tells me I don't deserve it, and then I look bad for asking? Okay, so now we've uncovered the real reason, okay? This is the magic you need to do, is not for a new job. The magic that you need to do is about your confidence level, right? You either need the stones to march into your boss's office and politely, respectfully, and professionally point to your achievements and your capabilities that, support you getting a raise for the things you have brought to the table, right? And even then, right, worst case scenario, your boss says no, right? Or really, really worst case scenario, you get kicked to the curb for even asking, which is not a job you want to be working in anyway, friends. You're still going to need that confidence to go job hunting, right? No one ever hired anybody who slunk in with their tail between their legs, oh, hey, I'm looking for a job. Here's my resume. Could you please? Either way, your issue here is obviously rooted in self-worth, right? In value. And you can take that in 20 different directions. And absolutely, after you've done the spell to build up your self-confidence and your self-worth, then absolutely do the spell for prosperity or for a raise or for a better job or to get your boss to kind of see your value and see what you're bringing to the table, right? Whatever. I'm not saying you only need to do one spell and stop there, okay? Because confidence is great, but doesn't always put food on your table. So absolutely do the rest of the work too, but get to the root of the problem first. And like I said, this could go in 100 different ways, right? This could be like a whole tree diagram or one of those old like choose your own adventure books. Do you remember those? They were so cool. I had so many of them where it was like, oh, if you want to keep exploring the caves, turn to page 94. But if you want to leave the cave and go walk the reefs instead, turn to page 22. Loved those. So you could take the same example, right? Okay, I need to do a spell, or I need to find a better job. Okay, why? Because I need to make more money. Why? Because at the end of the month, after I pay all my bills, I run out, or sometimes I can't pay everything. I'm paying some things late, whatever. Why? Well, because I'm kind of living beyond my means, spending more than I earn, whatever. Why? Well, because I feel the pressure to kind of like live up to a certain lifestyle or a certain aesthetic or keep up with the Joneses. Well, why? Well, because, my family always kind of talked about money and success and material things as if, that was the indicator of you doing really well in life. Okay, so you need to do some magic to heal your fraught relationship with money and material possessions. And then, once you are able to view money, because money isn't inherently bad, right? Everyone needs money. Money's just another form of energy, okay? Once you're able to view money and material goods in a healthier light, then you're in a better place where now you can handle more money because you're going to do it responsibly. So, do that self-work, do that inner work, heal your relationships with money and your problematic notions of what money can and cannot accomplish for you, and your maybe harmful ideas about status and status symbols and possessions, whatever. And then sure, like once you're able to, then yes, if after you've, then do some magic to keep yourself on a budget. And then, if all of that hasn't gotten you still to where you need to be, if you're still coming up a little short each month, then take it from there. Then maybe you're doing work for a raise or for a new job or for whatever, okay? But again, if you just, if you have a problematic relationship with money and you are living beyond your means, then it doesn't matter if you're pulling in $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week, $10,000 a week, you're always going to spend more than you earn because it's like a creep that happens, right? So that is my tip for more effective magic, for really, really digging in and diving into the heart of the matter. Because, if the foundation isn't solid, the house falls down or the tower card, right, from the tarot, or whatever. So, don't be afraid to dig deep and to ask why 5 times. That is my tip for more effective spell work. Before you dig out the candles and the oils and the herbs and the crystals and the ooh la la, ask why 5 times. I hope that's helpful. If you try this and you get some interesting insights, I would love to hear about them in the comments. Like I said before, I love to have these kinds of conversations with you. The back and forth, I dig it. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing that. Again, I'm not super cool like some of these YouTube people. I could be like, subscribe below, and I'll probably be, it's probably like on this side, right? I will figure it out. But you can subscribe, like the video, like I said, leave a comment. Trying to grow the channel, obviously. There's a little bell you can click on. It'll give you a post notification every time I make a video. I try to do it about once a week. Sometimes life gets in the way. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.